Well, that's the end of day 4 today. So as you'll see in the video, it was a rough day. We really worked hard, put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into everything today, and it didn't turn out the end of the day the way we thought it was going to at all. So I know that George is a little disappointed right now with a couple things, as you'll see in the video. But really, it's all for the best. What happened today. We're still going to keep pushing forward. Tomorrow we should get a lot done tomorrow. I anticipate all the airbags will be on by the end of the day tomorrow, and most of the wheels will be on, but it's not going to be a rolling driving bus tomorrow because of what you'll see in the video here today. But it was a rough day, so it's gonna sting a little bit. But if anybody has the part that we need for a GM bus, as you get through the video, he's looking for one. So if you have it, let us know, and we can try to get you in touch with George, and he can get it from you. That would be great. You know, they really did lose a lot here with that tornado. They're still fighting with the insurance companies with everything. So I feel bad. You know, he had this last few days of what he called therapy. You know, it's the first time he's really enjoyed himself since the tornado. You know, getting to tinker on things and work on things and get the progress. He just loves the bus to death. So I just, you know, I feel for him. Buses are expensive, and you never know what's going to come up next. So anyways, enjoy the video. Thank you. So that oil pan is leaking right there at that braze, and it's running down to there, dripping off my drain plug, and this tips back, so it's been running down there. So I do still have some type of a hole right up here. That's the high point. So, but now that I know I got that, I can try to fill it up with some silicone right now, and then when I drop the oil pan at home to replace the pan gasket, I can try and braze that up some more. I mean, this thing's been welded and brazed so many times, it's crazy, but it's got to be done. He's getting the panel bond up in there. Wherever there's separation, he's putting it and kind of getting it up in the cracks. And sir,
yeah, 3M panel bond adhesive.
Yep.
More of an automotive.
Yeah.
Glue on quarter panels and, you know, things like that.
Will it plug up an oil leak on a Detroit?
You'd be surprised. if you can get it clean and dry, you would be surprised. I don't want to admit it. I've used it to I've used it to fill holes, drill, and tap. Wow. Yeah.
That's some strong stuff.
Yeah. I shouldn't admit that, but really good stuff. So it's hard because I'd like to prep the surfaces between better, but there's nothing you can really do at this point.
Yeah. Well, anything's better than nothing. We're just gonna keep the water out of there. That's our plan.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I got the oxyacetylene torch out here, and we're gonna try to heat that again. I know somebody said try to make them cold. That might work, but yesterday we tried heating it with the MAP gas. That didn't do anything. So I'm gonna get that brass screw hot as can be, and then we're gonna try to flash cool it and see if that change will help with that electrolysis there. But apparently brass doesn't like aluminum very much, and those have probably been in there for 30 or 40 years, so be my guess. Alright, try to rip it out of there. It's actually turning?
Don't look very good. It's actually turning really good.
Oh, it's just slipping on the ground. Kelly, you want to hold this? Careful.
Yeah, I ready.
Still feel it from yesterday?
Oh yeah. I don't know if that felt too good right there. Maybe try to.
Yeah. We can mess with that later.
Okay.
Get your final bond. So the pedestal mount here for the airbag has these little steel plates, or actually I think they're aluminum plates that are sitting on top that are nice and smooth, and that's where the airbag is sealing against, is that. And that's perfect. That's exactly what we want, because this surface isn't exactly smooth. It's kind of pitted and corroded. This is the one that was on here. This is the side that had a leak, and there's like an extra hole in it there, and that's right through where the airbag seals. That circle right there is where the airbag goes up against it. There's no way that could have held air. This is the side that had a leak. We couldn't really figure out where it was leaking from, but I'm certain that that would have been leaking. So he's gonna try and get another piece of this made real quick. Otherwise we could just sand this down as best we could and try to seal it, but having a perfectly flat surface to seal against is gonna be better. And this is how the airbag seals against there. And that was right on that groove. And actually, if I look for the one, I don't know what that is. Sticky. But yeah, that would have been hard to seal too, whatever was going on right there. Oh, that's where that was. That's what went in the hole. That was it. Our blocking is taking a beating, and I don't like that. So we're going to put some extra jack stands under the body. We just need to make sure that these are smooth and clean, and then we're going to paint them so they don't rust, because rust, you know, water and moisture in the air system a little bit will cause them to rust, and then it can rust out underneath there and cause it to leak. So we're going to get all these cleaned up nice, painted, so they won't rust, and be good to go. Getting everything all kind of rust proofed in there as best we can. Keep the water off it. Just got the Brady brake drum back in. Looks good. Like I said, we just might not have the right linings for it. We might have to get some standard ones to put in it, but we'll see. Looks good, but yeah, $200-something to turn it. That's kind of crazy. I hadn't priced the new ones, but I'm pretty sure they're around $300. So of course we would have shipping. And they did deliver it, but yeah, it looks good. Our big box, first box of parts has arrived. There's $1,000 worth of bearings and races. And diaphragms for the brakes. Got lots of stuff. Okay, I gotta cut this off of here. The little seal saver, sleeve saver thing. You know, the new wiper surface, because it's too large. So we're gonna cut it off. It's gonna use a little Dremel cutoff wheel. Just mar it and then hit it with a hammer. It should come right off. So just cut a little groove in it. Made sure not to go all the way through it. Now if I whack it with a hammer, it should bust right there. That came out pretty easy. There's obviously a really good wear groove in this, but that actually looks pretty good. That's crazy. Never needed a wood chisel in my toolbox before, but today would have been nice. Get in here and scrape this wood out of here. Oh, this is too funny. Hey, the way that this works then, this bag's not open, but so that center piece right there pops out, and that's what goes on the end of this, and then the sealed around it then is for that, to keep the oil out. So we'll have it done right, but I gotta get all this shit out of here. So I'm taking these old rings off the bags here, just kind of taking them and popping them off. They hook on there like over the lip. Got to get a pry bar up under it, and then it'll come off, and then the rings will need to get cleaned up and go on the new bags. When you put these plates on, you need to make sure that the bolt holes line up. So like right now, they're not clocked the same. It's easier to move them now than once it's on the bus, usually. I guess once you have the bottom ones in, you can move the top one, but you should be able to just spin it a little bit. Just get them as close as you can. It'll make your life a lot easier. So you can just grab a hold of them, and they move. I guess maybe I shouldn't say not clocked right, because like millennials might not understand what clock position is. Yeah, okay, that's pretty close. All right, we're getting ready to put on another airbag. We already got one on, and George wants to make sure it says Goodyear the right way and facing in the right spot.
Got to be facing out.
Painted and prepped our surfaces.
I was joking with them earlier about it. Can't be upside down.
Piece of cake. Easily 80% less time than the last one we just did. That one, if you look at it, it's got the old style on it, and we had to reuse the old hardware. Luckily, we didn't break any of it. These little bolts notch in like that, and that's different than this style. So the next one.
Yep.
Started. See what I'm doing now?
Yep. You're
Okay,
good.
the middle one's gonna need to go in. I think that's the only one that's left. Should be poking down through.
Yep.
Ratcheting wrenches come in really handy for certain jobs. You need to make sure you don't push these up out of the hole and that they're lined up nice and flush. Otherwise, they'll eventually wear a hole in the bag if they're not lined up right. So you just do a quick...
Make sure before we get too carried away.
Yeah.
I'm going to change to Scott.
They're not lined up right? Okay.
It just take me a second.
It's clocked off just a little bit. Let me turn it just a touch. Okay, let's try it there. Come through over here.
Yep. I'm just going to hold it for a second, bud.
Yep.
Thank you.
I got two started. You move your pinky here and go one more. So I'm replacing the diaphragms in here, so I'll pull this one out. It's old rubber, you know, you don't want rubber to go bad, and that's what makes the brake work. And then I'm going to clean everything, and then the new diaphragm will go in. Throwing a paint marker on everything, just so we don't get the sides confused, because we're knocking the studs out. Right now it's obvious because they're left and right hand thread, but once we knock the studs out, we don't want to get them confused. Set back here, but it's a blessing. George is going to need a minute. He's got to walk it off. It sucks, but it's really good that we noticed it. As he was pounding out these studs, he noticed this liquid coming out here. And that liquid coming out is because there's a crack. We had cleaned this earlier. And there's another crack right next to the stud there where there's liquid coming out. And there's another crack right there. That hub was cracked all the way around. We're gonna have to go look at the other one real close now too. I mean, that's really disappointing, but as far as safety, it's good that it was noticed. So he got one of those made today, so we'll be good. Without a nice sealing surface for the airbag. His friend did that. Pat did that for him today.
Yep, Pat Strumpf, Grandpa, PT. We appreciate it very much.
So other than noticing the cracked hub, we had a pretty good day today. Except I broke more of his. So he said I broke more of his tools the last 3 days that I've been here than he has probably ever.
In the last 3 years.
In the last 3 years.
But I don't work as hard as Scott Crosby.
But in my defense, I said he's got little girly tools. They just don't say Fisher Price on the side of them, but they should.
Well, now you know what tools not to buy.
Yeah. Hey, I was going to buy that Snap-on tool set with the extractors, and I broke 2 extractors, and yeah, and none of the left-handed drill bits ever took anything out, so I'm not going to buy that. Unless yours is for sale, but it'd be severely discounted because it's got a bunch of broken bits.
Well, beat me up tomorrow. Beat me up tomorrow. Let today soak in a bit. That hub's got the wind out of the sails. So,
like I told him, though, it's good that it was noticed now, because it would have fallen off at some point, and that would have been very bad.
I don't want to injure somebody else. I don't want to injure Jennifer or George.
Yep.
So, I'm glad we found it for that purpose. If it wasn't for that, I'm not very glad we found it.
Yes. So this, we put a jack under there today to hold it up, but apparently the jack leaks down a little bit too. But yeah, that 4x4 is not safe to be under that corner right now, so we're going to get something else under there when we do work under there. Well, that sucked, right? You got to feel for the guy, right? Good that we found it, but not good that it's like that. So yeah, we're looking for the rear hub for the GM bus. They're all aluminum like that. That's the first one I've seen crack like that. I think I see all kinds of stuff I can't remember, but I don't ever recall seeing that before. Yep. So I got some friends that have some parts buses, and we'll see. He doesn't want to pull it off of his other bus. Number one, because we're not going to put that one back on it, so then it's not a rolling chassis. You know, having a bus that doesn't run is different than a bus that you can't move on your property. So we're looking for, you know, if somebody's got one, or you know, if we can buy one. But it'd be great if somebody just had one sitting around that they didn't need. That would be real nice. I think they're the same on most GM buses. I'd have to probably confirm that with Luke, but it looks exactly like, even the one that was on my fishbowl, it's exactly the same. Looks like. The bearings are the same bearings, so then the races are probably the same races too, so they should be the same. So anyways, if you don't subscribe to the channel, click the subscribe link. We certainly would appreciate it. We're getting close to 50,000 subscribers right now. It'd be nice to hit that in the next few days. Thanks so much, guys.